Yes, guys, and welcome to the Sunderland vs Luton match review. So, Sunderland have just got themselves a brilliant 2-0 win at the Stadium of Light against Luton. They get themselves a clean sheet as well in what was, for me, a pretty much complete performance. And I think the only negative I can really take from that is that we didn't score more. But on the whole, I'm incredibly happy with those set of lads out there, and they did not stop from the beginning, which is something we've been screaming at and screaming about for quite a few games now. So first and foremost, smash the like button for me if you're buzzing, because I am as well. I know that it looks like Borough, as I'm recording this, they are winning 2-1. Oh, sorry, Sheffield United are beating Borough 2-1 as I'm recording this. That could change, and as I last checked, Burnley were winning 2-1 as well. Oh, sorry, 2-0. Yeah, it looks like it's about to finish 2-0, the Burnley-Hull game. So things could change. There's still 10 minutes left in the Sheffield United game. But it just goes to show that we need to keep on winning, because those above us, they can drop points, albeit they might not do this evening. But we need to keep picking up points and concentrating on ourselves and concentrating on our performances. And tonight's performance was a very, very good one. So yeah, hit the like button if you are happy, if you're buzzing. And I will say, before we get into the review as well, I want to apologise for those that were expecting a live stream. A good handful, there's about 50, 60 of you guys that did join me for the start of the live stream, but we had audio issues. Then when I tried to fix the audio issues, the mic totally went. There was no audio at all, so we had to come out of the live stream. I fixed it, then I went back and I went to go live again. Then everything was out of sync. Then I had to stop the stream again. A third time I tried, and YouTube just wouldn't connect at all. So I just thought, do you know what? I'm really, really pissed off now. So even if I do manage to get to do a live stream, I'm going to be in a shite mood. And all the while, Enzo Lefebvre goes and scores an absolute beauty of a goal. So whilst I'm sat here swearing, getting fuming with this live stream, Lefebvre goes and puts a smile back on my face, and I just think, do you know what? Screw the live stream. I'm watching the game. And yes, so Lefebvre did score his first goal for the club, and it was an absolute beauty as well. But we will have a look at the lineup first. As you can see on screen, Pato, Hume, Ballard come in for Mepham. Mepham dropped to the bench. I saw quite a lot of people take issue with that. A lot of us expected Ballard to start. That's what we sort of gleaned from the pre-match presser from Regis. But I think a lot of people expected 09 to be dropped. Now, for me, yes, I understand Mepham being dropped to the bench. It's annoying. I think he's a fantastic centre-back. I know Ballard definitely needs minutes, and he deserves minutes. He's a very good defender. But I don't think that does or should automatically mean that 09 loses his place. Some of the people before this game were losing the shit, and, it's the usual hate club for Luke 09, but Luke 09, throughout this game, for me, he was actually my man of the match. There was a lot of plays that were very, very good. But I think purely because of the fact so many people wrote him off before this game, and they do every game. A lot of people get on 09's back and they believe that all he does is smile. Yet he was literally pinging the ball around like prime Iniesta, like prime Xavi, all game long. He was bringing us forwards, dragging us up from the back as he does, pinging the ball, left foot, right foot, inch perfect passes out wide, diagonal balls, perfectly, interceptions, hitting them hard, winning challenges, winning balls in the air, and he did it all game long. And people will still insist that all he does is smile. Yet we've got a catalogue of managers over the last few years that are selecting him week in, week out. He's got nearly 300 appearances for the club, which doesn't happen by accident. So Luke 09, I will stand here and I will sit strong, and I will be the ambassador of your fan club. I'm unseen. I thought I'd just get that out there because it pisses me off, the people that shit on 09 and just still, after all these years, just don't see what he brings. And he was outstanding today. And if anything, Ballard, who had a good game, it was actually him who looked like he could have been more of a liability at times. Granted, he hasn't got the minutes in his legs, but there was a couple of shaky moments here and there. And I only say that because a lot of people say that Luke 09's a liability. And I understand why they do that for certain things, but he would look better than Ballard for me, and look more complete, and he is. So anyway, again, that's no disrespect on Ballard. Ballard's a fantastic player, had a good game, but 09 just shone. He just really shined for me today. But yeah, getting into the game, and I liked our press from the off. You could see that it was well drilled into them. Really high press. Straight away, we were forcing them into errors. Really getting at them. I felt like we were going for the jugular tonight. And like I said, it could have been 4 or 5, and maybe should have been. But we were really going for the jugular. There was no sort of pissing around with it too much before going backwards and being predictable. Anyone around that final third, they were pinging shots on goal, or they tried to work space every single time. Isidore straight away, great work from Paddy Roberts on the right hand side. Arguably should have given it to Rigg on the overlap, who would have had a better chance, but he takes a bit too long, gives it over to Isidore, cuts inside about 8-9 yards from goal, and he needs to at least hit the target, and he hits it wide. But we do keep on going, and Lefay, as I said, scored an absolute blinder. He's running down the left-hand side, cuts in absolutely fantastically, and just pings it into the far corner to make it 1-0. Absolutely fantastic. And we really did just have so many opportunities. Paddy Roberts for me, and I said this online, is like the best player at nearly doing class things. Do you know what I mean? Like, so many times he'll have the ball on the right, he'll cut him from right to left, maybe a couple of nutmegs in there, and then he'll just swat one way high and wide, or his pass will be a little bit off. You know, nearly moments. He's just so good at nearly getting there. And he did have a moment in the second half where he did hit the post, cuts in from right to left as he usually does, and he pinged one onto the post, and then Lefay made a bit of a hash of the rebound. But we did make it 2-0 in that second half, and it was Isidore, which I'm buzzing to see him get another goal to his tally as well. It was actually Wilson who was driving down the left. He tried to cut inside, gives it to Lefay. Lefay tried to play a first-time pass to the edge of the box, but the Luton player... He tries to make the interception, and with his interception and with his touch for the interception, it played Isidore right into his path, and he's one-on-one with the keeper, and he just smashes it into the near corner to make it 2-0. And yet Luton, it had maybe, throughout the entire game, there's probably about 5-10 minutes where they put us a bit under pressure, and I know at the beginning of the first half, there's about 5-10 minutes maybe where they had quite a lot of the ball, and I could see people online in particular that were complaining that we're sitting back, and I don't think it was us sitting back. What it was is when we were trying to break, it just wasn't coming off for a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. So we kept on running ourselves into danger, and that just naturally in turn allows the opposition to attack us. I don't think it was us just sitting back over Reece at half time, said, right, sit back now, shut up shop. I don't believe that was the case at all. Sometimes you just have to withstand pressure, regardless of who the team is, and it does happen. But other than that, it was very, very good. Very good. And like I said, so many chances. Dan Neil, outstanding in the middle. And I just thought, against Watford, there was a lot of physicality. And my main thing was, against teams that show physicality or are quite strong and physical in the presence, we seem to back down to, because we're much more of a pretty footballing side. But what we saw tonight, and like I said, Dan Neil was at the heart of this, was that physicality and that aggression and passion from literally, even in the 89th minute, you've got Job who had a great game, really ran his socks off. So did Rigg, really ran himself into the ground. In the 89th minute, just epitomised the performance. They had it in the sort of corner flag, and Joe comes flying in, passion, aggression, strength, bang, and just smashes that out of play with a sliding challenge, crunching challenge. We didn't let up, not a chance. We didn't let up, and usually, particularly if we're a goal ahead, unfortunately at this point we're 2 goals ahead, final 10 minutes of games is where we tend to, we'll sit back and we'll bend over and ask for it a little bit. But we didn't. Every second ball, everyone's fighting for it. I think, obviously with a bit of a history with Luton, and also Rodgers, he made a point in the pre-match presser that we needed to be physical, because they do have physical, aggressive, big, strong players, don't they? We needed to make our own presence known, and my God, did we do that, and I'm so proud of those lads. Every single one of them. Semed come on, Mayenda come on as well. He had a couple of little chances here and there, and he did really well to drag us up the pitch when some plays were tiring, but you could see they were still putting everything into it. The amount of crunching challenges, and not just for the sake of it, but they were well-timed crunching challenges time and time again. And we beat them at their own game, not only the physical game, but we played them off the fucking park on the ground. I'm not going to run away with it, because Luton have a terrible record at the minute. They're in a terrible run of form. They're in an awful place at the moment, but we still had a job to do, and we did it. So I'm very, very proud of the lads. I'm going to have one last look at the scores just to see if anything has changed. Yeah, Sheffield United have made it 3-1 now. Fantastic. And the Burnley game's finished 2-0. So not a massive amount of changes for us at the moment in terms of the league table. We're still 5 points from third, but it is still, nevertheless, a very, very good win. And a 2-0 win and a clean sheet. Pardon me. And a clean sheet. To boot. So I'm very, very happy with that. We put Luton bottom of the table, commiserations to Luton, apologies to them. Well, I don't apologise, don't know what the hell I'm on about. But back to winning ways, and we need to keep going. It don't get any easier, is it? I think it's Leeds next, isn't it? On Monday, which isn't going to be an easy game whatsoever. And the way Leeds are going at the minute, sorry, I'm just checking something. On Monday, Leeds isn't going to be an easy game. They're battering teams left, right and centre at the moment, and I think Leeds, and Leeds are probably the only side in the league, and I said this last time when we drew 1-1 with him. I know it was a very, very lucky draw, because their keeper decided to lob it into his own net. But I think before that game, he even said that game or that team, if we lose, it's sort of like, yeah, I understand it, because that team, it's almost like it's too good for the Championship, but it just isn't good for the Premier, or isn't good enough for the Premier League, evidently. It is too good for and that doesn't mean that it's a free hit, but it's just one of them where, even though it is still a crucial game, when you get beat against teams like Leeds, you're kind of like, well, what can you do? But hopefully we go there, give a good account of ourselves, and we've put a hell of a lot into this game. Luton, they had so much prep time for this. I think it was 11, 12 days without a game. They should have been fresh as a daisy, and we ran their socks off. So I'm so proud of the lads. And we go into the game against Monday with Leeds in fine form and confidence. So hopefully we give them a good game. But we'll see anyway. That's my review. And again, any of those players, so many of those players could have got man of the match for me. But I'm going to give it to Luke O'Nien. I just think he was so good. Particularly first half, when he just... It was stupid. It was ridiculous. The amount of times he just pings it left foot, inch perfect out wide, right foot out to Lafay, inch perfect, quick interceptions. And then if he sees he's got 10 yards in front of him, 5 yards in front of him of space, he doesn't do what so many other players do at times, even midfielders. He doesn't just think, all right, sideways, there's nothing there, so I'll try and force something. He'll run into that space time and time again and isn't losing the ball. I think there was one pass in that second half where he gives away the ball. Other than that, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect, and a complete performance from him. So that'll be me. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of the game? Who was your man of the match? And hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. But for now, take care, stay jammy. How are the lads?